I'm Amy Cherry. This local news is a service of Flagler County's Toyota dealer, Beaver Toyota, here to wow ya. A pit bull that mauled a girl in Palm Coast will be euthanized. 2-year-old Chopper attacked and severely injured a 9-year-old girl last week. She was hospitalized, receiving numerous stitches to her entire body. The city now owns the dog after its owner, Sarah Fancher, surrendered Chopper 3 days after the unprovoked attack. The dog could be put down as early as today.
This portion of Flagler's Morning News is brought to you by the Daytona Beach International Airport. Save time, money, and stress. The Daytona Beach International Airport, it's just plain easy. A registered sex offender was arrested in Flagler County yesterday. 43-year-old Thomas Edward Bradshaw was arrested by Flagler County Sheriff's detectives after an investigation revealed that Bradshaw was using a social media account that had not been registered with law enforcement. A specific condition of Bradshaw's sex offender status requires registration of all internet accounts with the Florida Department of Law Enforcement. Detectives located a Snapchat account under a fictitious name that had not been registered. That account did show communication with a minor, although it could not be determined whether there was any indication of solicitation of the minor. Bradshaw was charged with 2 counts of failure to properly register as a sex offender. He'll be booked into the Sheriff Perry Hall inmate detention facility and held on $80,000 bond. From the WNZF Newsroom, I'm Rich Carroll.
After more than a year of pressure from residents, Palm Coast city leaders have taken a first step towards installing more streetlights. John R. King reports.
On Tuesday, officials unveiled a 5-year strategy for beefing up the city's public street lighting grid. Palm Coast Mayor Melissa Holland.
Well, thank you for this. This is a very big first step, and I know the council is grateful to have this identified as one of our priorities.
The insufficiency of the city's lighting took center stage after a March 2017 crash in which 16-year-old Michelle Taylor, a Matanzas High School band member, was killed when she was hit by a car as she was walking with a friend along Lakeview Boulevard at night. That roadway had almost no streetlights nor sidewalks. From the WNZF Newsroom, I'm John Arkin.
They're ugly, but less expensive and easier to repair. We're talking about power lines and why so many are in your sight instead of underground. Larry Volanek is a regional manager with Florida Power and Light.
If an underground cable fails, chances are we're not going to dig the cable up and splice it because the chances of a failure again, depending on the location, could be high. So we're going to go ahead and bore in a new cable. And that could be 500 or 1,000 feet. Cable, obviously, and the boring is much more expensive.
Along US 1, underground lines would cost $1 million a mile, and city taxpayers would have to assume that cost, meaning much higher electric bills. And eventually, that'll probably be the way. Just 40% of FPL's distribution lines are underground right now, but it's the way the industry is heading. The majority of new homes and businesses, as well as developments, are getting their power from underground lines. A new park is coming to Bunnell. Tony Magoo has more.
Bunnell officials went out there with painted shovels, turned some ground over, took some pictures, and voila! A park was born out of a vacant lot. Right there at the corner of one of the longest roads in America, US 1 and State Road 100, one of the longest trips to fruition is about to take place. The story starts with John Seibel of the Heritage Crossroads Group, who dedicated himself to preserve the history of the state and its roadways. Seibel said, "This is the center of Bunnell." Seibel's happy to see things moving forward after working with 4 different city managers. Bunnell Mayor Robinson said creating and preserving green space is important for our city. She also said the location of the park at the intersection of State Road 100 and US 1 ties directly into the Crossroads theme. Work on the park should start soon and could take about 3 months to complete. For Flagler's Morning News, I'm Tony Magoo.
He is Flagler County's Veteran of the Year.
Joe Kowalski said to become the Veteran of the Year,
you just go out and do things.
And done things? He has. The Veteran of the Year has been involved with veterans groups throughout Flagler County since 1970.
I've done a lot with the state in the Marine Corps League, VFW, Masonic Lodge, Shriners, DAV.
The former Marine called out other veterans.
Been there, done that, did that. No, you're still doing it. You didn't volunteer when you were in the service. That was a no-no. Well, now you're out, volunteer. Get involved. Do things. There are people out there that need help.
Kowalski said he was proud to serve his country and grateful for the honor of Flagler County's Veteran of the Year. From the WNZF Newsroom, I'm Deb Albertson.
And now you're up to date on Flagler's Morning News. I'm Amy Cherry.